Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. Again, they got one more song. So walk around just a little bit, get some water if you will, ladies. And we're going to ask the, this is the last group, eh, Harold? Yeah. What's going on after this? That traditional special? Yeah, all right. So men's traditional, start getting ready. Be standing by if you would. And again, all of the men's traditional dance categories, be ready. There's going to be a special for you. And again, that's in honor of Kevin Haywahi, the president of this year's powwow. And again, a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of hard work involved in this gathering. And again, we'd like to address that that honor that has been bestowed upon him for this whole year. Okay, what you got going? Oh, we got one over there kind of getting some water and stuff and whatnot. Okay, we ready to go? Dancers are ready. Rumbling Hills. Take it away, boys. Yeah, all right. Come on over, ladies, and line up. Make sure numbers are visible to the judges. And again, thank you very much. Beautiful dancing. Thank you very much, Rumbling Hills. Okay, we're going to call all of the Haywahi family. Come on over beside the announcer's booth, and we're going to give you an opportunity to get over here. We'll have one intertribal after these young ladies are judged. So, Battling Horse, stand by with one intertribal. And then we'll go into that men's traditional special. So, men's traditional, start getting ready if you would. All right. You know, as we go through powwow and stuff, there's things that we see, especially with the ladies' fancy shawl. I wonder, Donnie, does their hair hurt? It's braided so tight. I wonder that. How do they get it like that? I don't know, but it looks good anyway. So again, ladies, thank you very much. Good job. Hey, you make them songs look good each and every time. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to give an opportunity for the Hewahi family to gather over here beside the announcer's booth. So we're going to go over here to Battling Horse. Gentlemen, anytime you're ready, we're going to ask you for a intertribal, please. One intertribal. Men's traditional. Start getting ready if you would. Okay, come on in, dancers, come on in. We have intertribal here. Everybody dance. You don't have to be in regalia to enjoy this beautiful music that's being provided by those young men from Chanupawakpa, calling themselves Battling Horse. Okay. Come on in, dancers. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy this beautiful evening.
All right. Thank you, Battling Horse. Family's getting ready down here. Tommy's on his way down that way.
Who?
Uh-huh.
Portable.
He says one more intertribal in drum rotation. Battle Hill, if you would. One more intertribal, and we will be ready. Aho. Intertribal time, boys, if you would.
All right, thank you very much. We'd like you to clear the arena at this time. And again, we're going to invite all of the Heiwahi family, the relatives, the friends that would like to help us come into the honoring of the president of the powwow this year, Kevin Heiwahi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, Kevin's my younger brother here. And again, for those of you that knew John and Sadie, they adopted me a long time ago. And again, it's always been a pleasure coming here to carry the kettle. And that's my relationship with the family here. And again, there's lots and lots of things that they try to convey through of their own understanding of life and the way we live as First Nations, but in an opportunity to help you understand. When Kevin was born, he had a grandfather named Albert that made a song for him. And one of his grandmothers is here, and she said, I wish I would have brought that reel to reel, because that song it talks about that was made for him when he was born, that someday he would be in a position of leadership. And that's why they're doing this today, because that song came true way back in the day. How old are you now, Kevin? 75? Oh, not that long. But no, when he was born in 1967, his grandfather did that for him. And of course, the ones that were in his family that were dancing was his grandfather Harry and Albert and various others. And so this is a dancing family, and they come up in that way. They understood the importance of our cultural value system to help us understand the respect of the protocol that is conveyed on us through our teachers. And again, Kevin and Timmy and various others, Conrad, have been dancing for a number of years, and they were tuteled. They were brought to this understanding by their grandparents who had great wishes for them. And for those of you that, in a spiritual way, if you understand what chekia, that's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily mean prayer. It means you're asking the relatives that have gone to the other side to take your wishes to the Creator. It's kind of like that. You cry for that. You're wanting that. And so in that, your relatives that have gone before you will carry those wishes on with you. And again, ladies and gentlemen, as we do these things, we try to do these things as well as we know how, through understanding, through this respective protocol. You can see various individuals that have adorned themselves in their finest regalia in representation of some of these relationships that my brother here has made throughout his travels. He has been adopted by many, many different families, many different individuals. He had mentorship from Joe Tihona. For those of you that know him, he was making the Wiwaiangwa chipi down in Greengrass. He was one of the teachers. Kevin took it upon himself when he was 17 years old till he was 25 to dance in that Sundance that Joe put on. And then after Joe passed away, he had several other teachers that helped him go through these things and establish himself as what he has become. He has 3 children. He has a daughter and 2 sons, and he has 3 grandchildren, I think he shared with me at this time. And again, these are the things that he's wishing for them as well. He's wishing for them to understand the importance of a value system, not powwow. You see, powwow is representative of our value system that helps us to humble ourselves to all these things. There's not something that's better or higher or closer, because as a result of this, you're all common people, and that's the way we're taught. That's the value system we're given. And again, ladies and gentlemen, through the many, many miles that this young man has traveled, he has made many relatives in his representation, and we've been trying to convey that throughout the weekend, my younger brother Harold and I, helping us understand you don't only represent yourself, you represent your family, your tribe, and all of Indian people in your travels, and so you carry that with dignity and honor. And as a result of that, Kevin has had an opportunity to realize some accomplishments through his competitive dancing. You know, in 1989, was brought up about, I dance old-style traditional. Kevin dances contemporary. He's an 8-time world champion at Skimitzen as a contemporary traditional dancer. And there's a difference there, and they don't understand it. But again, we wish to help them realize that as we do this, when we heal from the inside out as First Nations people, this is, we're sharing with all of you. When you see dancers dancing and really giving her and making it look good, they're dancing for you, and they're making you feel good because that's how they feel. They're sharing those emotions in a good way. We don't go and hug one another and I love you. We're not that kind of people, eh? Not because we don't love people, but because we have a different way, a very diverse way of expressing that. And some of that comes through the dancing arena, some comes through ceremony, some comes through Sundance, Sweat Lodge. You'll hear words like that as it relates to the sharing. You know, one of the things I wanted to share with you is what we refer to as a husband or a wife. What do they call it? I forgot. I'm not going to tell you that story. Anyway, his other skin is the reference in our language that we do. It's not called somebody that we control or something, but it's you make decisions in your life with the mihasane. That's the word. I was trying. I lose it. I have an Alzheimer's moment. But mihasane, that is reference to your partner because you make decisions like they're your other skin. That's the thing that I'm talking about, that diversity that exists in our language that we wish to explain. But through that all, Kevin has made very, very many relatives. And if you want to suggest a worth, he's like a millionaire because of all of the relationships that he's made throughout the Indian country as it relates to Hunka. And in that, some of the individuals that have adopted him was like Steve Chargeneagle. We all know old Steve, Lala Steve, we used to call him. And he'd always guide us and direct us. We talked about an elderly lady. We had an honoring for her, Grandma Lena, another one that was a part of that. But these elders, we didn't come by this way without the guidance and direction. Of course, in that process, ladies and gentlemen, we're human. We act witkotko all the time. Old Felix Kidder used to call me that all the time. Oh, witkotko, wana he. Yep, they'd all smile because we'd act so crazy because we were young. But in that, the guidance and the direction that has been provided to us as a result of our travels in the representation of the Hewahi family, the Carry the Kettle band, and all the Indians all over, he has always maintained an attitude and a sense of respect for others. And again, that's why I'm so honored to be a part of the family in that regard. I was always treated well. And again, that diversity that exists, even internally within us, we're taught to fight, argue, and that's not who we are. Look at the name we carry, Nakona, Dakota, Lakota. That means we're friendly people. If you translate that, that means we're your allies. We'll help you. So when we get mad and we argue and fight each other, that's not our way. That's a learned behavior. So with that all being said, and again, traditional dancers, we're going to ask you in a good way, because it's, people will say, powwow is social. It's a social, not necessarily to all of us, because some of us were taught in a very spiritual manner to show that respect. We're going to ask all the men's traditional to follow in behind the family. If you would, gentlemen, make your way over this way, because again, it's not just a social gathering where we can go and do things kind of dokchinkche, they say in our language. But there's a certain respective protocol that we follow. We tease in a good way, not to go beyond that point where it becomes malicious. But we tease to see how much character you have. If you get mad, the elders, the older people, they watch and they say, oh, he got mad. He doesn't have the character. Or she got mad and they're fighting all the time. They don't have that character. And in that, that's how our development on how we live, how we choose to live as ekchea oyateki, just common people. We're not trying to be better than anybody. As you can see, Kevin brought, just so that you could observe it, and we're visual people. all of these things that he's accumulated. This is not all of them, I'll tell you. This is some of them. There's bronze statues that were made of him. There's a puzzle over here that they made of him. There's all these trophies that he has won as a result of living his life in a manner in which he can continue to represent based on the direction and guidance of his grandfathers like Harry and Albert and all of those individuals that knew and understood the direction in which this young man would go. They told him that, and they weren't gypsies. They couldn't tell fortunes. And they didn't charge. No. Harold, my brother, if I get out of hand, kind of keep me in check. He helps me out that way. But again, you know, we're going to ask all the men's traditional dancers, come on back here, gentlemen. We're going to go to a song from Elk's Whistle. They understand that Dakota Wichokhani Lila Otechiche. It's hard to be an Indian. Lacho Wichokhante Kligano, Lacho Wichokhante Chiada. We always share that. It's hard to be an Indian, but I love my Indian ways. And we want to reestablish, not reestablish, but bring back some of that thing. Not go to the old days, but understand the contemporary influence, but maintain our identity without having to compromise who and what we are based on our language, our ceremony, our manner in which we address ourselves and evaluate and assess ourselves, as you've seen that through Tanya, his partner, his Mihasani, that one that's wishing to go in an indigenous social work master's degree and share that indigenous perspective with all of us in a good way. We need to reestablish that standard in how they evaluate us. We have our own. We have our medicine. Chiniki Lake, Rumbling Hills are here. They're feeling that healing from all of you. Not from us, but from all of you. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason that come from the Creator. The prayers that were said early in the morning, we didn't question them. We accepted them because they were done with a pipe. And in that process, it's always shared with us. I know Kevin understands this as well as all of us. We never argue about anybody's belief system. That's one of the things we were taught because it helps them. If that's what helps them, Henialo, that's them. That's good. And we're always thankful that somebody's trying to understand the importance of that togetherness, because as First Nations people, we're inclusive. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over here to Elk's Whistle for that song. Yeah. And again, he carries the name of, it identifies the wolf hide that he wears. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
through for this guy. Hey. All right. But that's what it means, ladies and gentlemen, to be an older brother. Try to help out whenever we can. We have an individual here. And again, as we do these things, it's important to kind of go beyond our own personal needs, that commitment that we make to the Creator. It's not a challenge, it's a commitment, be it through dance, through Sundance, through Inipi. We refresh your breath, refresh your life when you participate in Inipi. It's a refreshing of who you are. We're going to ask the men's traditional make a big circle around the arena. Good job, Tommy. Thank you very much. All right, good to see you again, young lady. All right, good job, guys. That's you too. And again, we can't express and say how much it means to have all of these warriors here amongst us. Again, to protect and provide. These are characteristics that need to be taken seriously, need to be understood in a manner of, in a manner of who and what we are. So we can ask that question, why are we? And again, what little we have we'll share with you. Will help you understand the direction you're going in is a good one. And that's why Kevin wants to acknowledge all of the men's traditional at this special. And understanding the honor that has been bestowed upon him, he's wishing to share it with all of you. So you can take it and you can understand the importance of reestablishing how and why you're involved in powwow. Is it for the money? You're talking to a man right here, probably made dona cash. I'll tell you right now, he's just a kcheo yateki. So we're not going to get rich, but we can definitely make our elders, our children, people that are sick, feel good as a result of that spirit that's on the inside, and you bring it out at times like this. And again, I mentioned it earlier, the money wasn't the issue. It was the gifts that were shared. So just kind of keep that in perspective. Okay, we're going to go over here to Northern Cree, gentlemen. We're going to ask the judges if you'd make your way out there. Who's the judges? Don't make me a judge because they're all guilty already. I know all of them. Hey, as if. Okay, hold on, Northern Cree. Yeah. They're going to let these two skinheads go out there and pick somebody. You guys don't, I tease about picking cousins. These two will. Okay, and the judges will be on the outside. They've already been established, 8 of them from the family, plus Dougie and Donnie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, jeez. Donnie come back. He was all painted up, and he said, "Uncle, how do I look?" I said, "Brother and nephew, all you're missing is the barrel." Hey, that's a rodeo thing, man. But no, it's good. It's always good. And so again, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to ask Northern Cree, once these judges get themselves in place, and we want you to dance your style. Dance your understanding of that spirit that's inside you that wants to come out. That's that medicine of that drum. You've seen it last night when these family members were coming together for Mrs. Scribe. They danced, they felt it, they needed that for that healing. So with that, are we ready to go, Kevin? Okay, we're going to wish you all good luck in the contest. We're going to go over here to Northern Cree. Anytime you're ready, boys. Traditional song for traditional dancers. Hukka, hey, nigamo voice. Yeah, hey, hey, Kuniaya, Kuniaya, hey,